comic book. We have gone quite a distance in the comic, and yeah, it's not going to be a long stream. It's just going to be a short stream because the panels I have are not that much. Just have technically two more panels to do, and it's just fight scenes. So it's just basically figure drawing. So it's kind of will be easy to do, and we'll see how it goes. Plus, my phone is heating up. My phone can basically boil yam at this point. uh, and especially if there's no light, the weather gets really hot. So there's no fan type shit. Anyways, let's get started. um okay, I'm so happy with how it's progressing. uh I still wish I could be faster. I wish I could spend more time doing it, but you know how it is.
Play and develop is very much like Guardiola's side. They, of course, will get better, but
Ugh. Hmm.
Okay, guys, this is genuinely my fourth time trying to film this video. I've lost my touch, okay? But my goal is by the end of this video, you are gonna walk away understanding the Lantern Corps to its totality. So one of my favorite parts of the DC universe is the Lantern Corps. It is a sprawling space opera taking across many different sectors, times that probe many different things, particularly about the justice system, and allows us to interact with that part of our world and question our own moral standings on those things. And I love it, okay? Are some of my favorite superheroes the Green Lanterns? Yes, yes it is. Do I have the Green Lantern oath memorized? Yes, yes I do. Yes I do. Okay, I absolutely love it. But oftentimes when I'm talking to people through my content in TikTok, all of those different areas, oftentimes people are so baffled by the Green Lantern Corps. They're like, who is Green Lantern? What does he do? Where does he come from? And
Hmm.
like what is going on? And so I hopefully this video serves as a really good foundation and stepping off point, as most of my videos do. Anyway guys, welcome back to the Genius Look.
One thing I've learned is that once you are drawing fight scenes, or let's say you're drawing a scene that is not, well, a fight scene in general, right? Or you're trying to describe something that is happening in a scene. If you are doing comics, if the main characters have been established in like a main panel, the rest of the panel, you don't necessarily need to like detail their features. You just need to show like one or two things that actually, they'll just tell the people reading the comic book, or tell the audience like who this character is. And in this scene over here, it's just my character's beard, uh and his mini afro hairstyle. So I just thought I'd share that. Damn, time really flies. It's already 4 minutes. Hopefully the audio is working better today. I tried streaming yesterday. Hello Amos, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful weekday. Hope the new week is treating you nice. Can you hear me? Well, I have to. Let me just write it in case. In case I might have to end the stream and start it all over again. Anyways, um,
Anyway, without further ado, we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk through basically how the Lantern Corps came to be, how the Lantern Corps works, how the ring works, the emotional spectrum, all of the important bits that need to happen, how we can understand it, the comics that I recommend for this, and then also, you know, as we geniuses do, think about what this means in terms of the things that the books, the characters, and the stories are trying to tell us about the wider world. The Guardians of the Universe that reside on Oa basically looked at the world and was like, damn, this ish is messed up. We need something to help out. We need something to make this make sense.
God
Okay.
damn.
We need something to control the chaos within the world. And so they went about and they started the Manhunters. Okay. Very separate and different from the Martian Manhunters, but the Manhunters precede the Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern Corps specifically. Essentially, what the Manhunters did, they were objective, unfeeling machines. Okay. And they basically went out and they were like police. They were monitoring everything. They were extremely objective. They didn't think about emotion. They didn't think about necessarily the individual's experience. And so they were quite effective. But the whole story about the Manhunter serves as a very massive commentary on like this idea of absolute justice and the justice system. Because despite the fact that they were unfeeling and they were quote unquote objective, who then decides this objectiveness? You know, the Guardians of the Universe. And this is something that we come up against multiple different times through multiple different storylines and with different Lantern Corps. Why do the Guardians get to decide what is objectively good and objectively bad? And that is what the Manhunters were probing. And then we have a rogue Guardian called Kronos. Kronos comes up again and again. Obviously, a very big spin-off of like the Greek god Kronos, like the name kind of makes sense, but Kronos is a troublemaker. Again, throwing this idea that not even all of the Guardians of the Universe, this isn't even plugged in. Not even all of the Guardians of the Universe like agree and can come to a consensus. Okay, so Kronos reprogrammed the Manhunters, and then the Manhunters went on a massive killing spree in Sector 66. Okay, basically wiping out that entire sector, bar one or two people, including Atrocitus, who then goes on later down the line to start the Red Lantern Corps as an affront to the Green Lantern Corps and the Guardians of the Universe for the loss of his home sector. And then after that, they were like, okay, so that didn't work. So actually, we probably do need people that are subjective and things and people that can look at things specifically to their specific sector. So they took the whole wide universe and divided them into 3,600 sectors. And within each sector,
hello, Fragzy. How you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's a fight scene from my comic, and I'm just applying base inks to it. Appreciate the compliment.
there were about 2 members of the Lantern Corps. The Green Lantern.
What do I think of Alfonso Don? Yeah, you told me about this yesterday. How you doing, Jorge? Yeah, I checked him out actually. I don't mind him actually. From what I saw some really chill like tutorial videos that he had. So you know, yeah, he's all right. Got no problem with him. Saw that he has some nice books. Some really good books. So that's that. Oh, they brought the light. Power is back on. Yeah, what one of the videos that I watched from him was about hatching lines and cross hatching lines, and that actually inspired me to make a short video about that because I had actually learned something about cross hatching lines from David Finch, so that just sparked a memory. Oh, he's like a master at it. Yeah, okay. That's cool. That's good to know. I'll check out his video. I've subscribed to him on this channel, so hopefully I'll be getting notifications and I'll occasionally check out his videos.
That are assigned to each sector, being sector 2814. Now, within each of these sectors, two of these individuals with the Green Lanterns are given a Green Lantern power ring, which enables them to basically do all of the really cool things that we see Green Lanterns do. And how the power ring selects a person, the person has to have two of these necessary traits. One being the ability to overcome great fear, and two being willpower, because willpower is almost like, let's say, the energetic fuel to make what the Green Lantern rings call construct. Okay, and I want to emphasize this idea of the ability to overcome great fear. All of the Green Lantern members corps that we know of have shown this ability, not necessarily to not feel fear, but more importantly, when they feel fear,
Koki, how you doing, man? It's nice to see you again today. How's your day going? Hope you're doing all right. Hope today was very productive. Damn, they've taken the light again, man. Jesus Christ, third world day ones. I hope the family is good. Yeah, no. I think I made an error with that. Nice to see you too. Today was just boring, nothing else. What about you? Today was not as productive as I would have liked it to be, but it was all right. I had a nice night rest yesterday. I slept really well, so I woke up quite energetic, even though I didn't do much with the energy. Uh, so I'll probably be awake for another 6 hours or 5 hours. So I'll try and accomplish some things before I go back to bed again. How's drawing? Any drawing projects? Are you working on anything in particular? I'm glad to hear that then. Ah. I haven't zoomed out actually. We're working on a new page. I'm working on a new page. I don't know if I've showed you. This is currently page 41. So yesterday, this was the page we did. I think this was the page we were rounding up. Or was it this one? No, I think this was the one we did yesterday. I worked on yesterday. So after I went off live, I was able to do 2 more pages. I was able to do this one and this one. Luckily enough, these pages were quite simple. So I was able to get them done very quickly. You've been working on a pretty big project. It's a gift for someone. Ooh, that's nice. Other than that, I haven't really drawn anything, not gonna lie. Oh, thanks. Let me show you. Let me give you a closer look of the monster. That's the monster on side view. I'm still going to add details and maybe a little bit of shadow here and there. I'm literally shaking in my boots thinking about reading this. I forgot to check it out yesterday. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I can't wait for this particular one to drop. I really like it. I think I did a good job in this one. I really like the way it's turning out. The details are crazy. Thank you. I haven't even done half in terms of details. Like I've noticed that I'm becoming better at restraining myself from adding a lot of details to these drawings, and the thing has made me more free and a lot more. It has made me progress a lot better. So it's been nice. Penalty a favor a Real Madrid. Penalty a favor a Real Madrid. How does it feel having a comic you've always wanted to work on out in public for people to read? Must be exciting. Yeah, it's exciting, but the thing is that the time in between when I wanted to make it happen and the time of making it happen, it has been quite a while, I can't lie, between those two time periods. So it just so happens that I'm actually making the comic whilst I'm an adult. So that means that I have to find a way to make the comic profitable, even though it is my passion and it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. I also have to think about finances, you know. So yeah, it's my dream. It's something I've always wanted to do. I'm happy about it, and nothing will make me stop. But it is very stressful, especially since it has not even become profitable. Like I'm having to sell my skills, uh, in for like to be able to afford to handle my bills, things like rent and all that. I know eventually a time will come where I can just like work on anything I want, but it's quite a challenge. It's a nice challenge. It's just you just wish you could work on this all day. That's just my only wish. I just wish I could just do this every day and not have to like pay bills or like do clients work. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And another frustrating thing is that I actually have more than one. So I wish I could also duplicate myself. That's another thing. I wish I could duplicate myself because I have so many characters or so many stories, that are of this nature that I would like to do. So, and I probably think I might not accomplish it in my lifetime. So that is the sad and unfortunate part of it. Uh, because for anything to exist, you have to learn to focus on just one thing at a time and get it done, and then move on to something else. Uh, Once you figure out the amount of work or the energy it takes to actually get something done, decently at least, you see that you can't really do a lot of things in your life. That's just the truth. Yes. Yeah, I really wish I could duplicate myself. I have so many things, so many characters I want to do, so many, and it's like I have a new one every day, but I've just trained myself to not be so scatterbrained. What I just do is that if I have ideas like that, I just put them down. I just write them down. I just table them down somewhere, uh, and hopefully I get to work on it. Yeah, the ideas never stop coming. At the end of the day, ideas are, what do they call it? What's that saying? There's a saying about ideas. Is it that ideas are cheap or something like that? Ideas are cheap, action is everything. Maybe something along those lines. Jesus Christ, what have I done to that feet? That feet is like Yeti sized. I think that's too much. Let's just bring it back just a little bit. as much as I want to make it, you know, creative, I think I would have to stick with it's just looking average. Okay. Yeah, I do that too. It's okay. You find the time to work on all your comics at once. Yeah, that's never happening, my friend. As much as I would like that to happen, it's never happening, unfortunately. Uh, my plan is to, like, if I can start making profit from this, I'll just pick a few. Like, the goal at the end of the day, I think, is to just kind of be like an art director or someone that has all these stories, but they are in the works, and all I get to do is just pitching ideas, review them, and see what people are doing. And aside from just getting paid from it, other people also get paid from it because they're also working on these projects. So, you know, yeah. Now, hello Shaki, how you doing? It's been a while. It's been a minute. Hope you're having a good week so far. Oh yeah, one of the eyes is actually, that is his right eye. I think we need more arms as humans. Imagine the things we could do. Would that help? Like right now, I don't think it would help. Right now, I I'm working on this comic book and I can't focus on anything else apart from it. I don't think more hands would have helped. Uh, I don't think more hands would have helped. Because it's just one brain at the end of the day. If there were multiple brains and more hands, that's the funny thing, yeah. If there were more brains, if we had two heads, for instance, and we had four arms, yeah, the thing would then become a challenge because then we'll have more things that we could do, and then we'll be complaining that we wished we could do more things because we are not the only ones who would have four arms and two brains, yeah, or two heads. So that's just the funny thing. We'll be complaining, I wish we had six arms. That's the funny thing about humanity. I'm not too bad. UK heat is no joke though. How are you? I'm doing good. I've been hearing things about UK heat that it's been insane, especially from UK content creators. I keep up with football, so I do watch a lot of content creators from UK, and they've been complaining about the heat, that it's been mad. But I hope you're doing well. Uh, it's the same way you can walk and use your phone at the same time. Yeah, but does that usually help in terms of productivity? I mean, yeah, that's one thing, but it's like if you want to get into like proper deep work, like you need your full attention to it. Like I know I'm talking right now and I'm working, but this is not deep work, right? This is just me chatting with a friend and just doing like my work, right? Uh, but still, it's not 100% focus, and it's not like necessarily ideal for optimum performance, optimal performance, whatever the word is, man. I can't walk and use my phone at the same time unless I want to walk into a pool. Yeah, and also, usually once you're walking and using your phone, you necessarily won't be walking as fast as you could or as fast as you should. Um, Multitasking is cool to say and all that, but it's not usually the best thing. From my personal experience, it's just better to just concentrate and just finish what you want to finish, I think you even like finish the task that you want to finish a lot faster. Mm.
And right into action. How Jordan is a test flight pilot, and he shows time and time again that he is able to overcome his fear time and time again. If you look at Jessica Cruz, who's one of the much later Green Lanterns, I think comes in, I think around 2012, 2013. Okay, she proves that she's worthy of a Green Lantern ring because she steps in and saves and puts her life on the line and at risk to save the Flash's life. Okay, so as you can see, there is this ability, not necessarily to not feel fear, to overcome that great fear. Typically what happens and when how a Green Lantern is chosen is when a Green Lantern is either incapacitated or of like Abin Sur at the very, very beginning of Hal Jordan's story. Essentially, the Green Lantern also acts like this automated like honing device and basically goes around and scans the whole sector for people that fill those two requirements: the ability to overcome great fear and the ability to have willpower. Within the story of how Jordan and how he became Green Lantern, actually, when the Green Lantern ring scanned the whole area, it was able to find two potential candidates, Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan.
Stream just went from 3 to 15 watching in a blink. That is quite, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, I just saw that now it's gone back to 10. I didn't notice that. Usually it's just one or two people. But anyways, if you're just joining, welcome. And thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you guys. In case you didn't know, I am currently working on my comic book. And I am working on page 41 of the comic, and this is the page that I'm working on. These are just the inks that I've done. I'm working on base inks and I'm going to detail them later. This was a page I worked on yesterday on stream. That's why you see this is page 41, but then the previous one would say working on page 38. That's because off screen I worked on like 2 extra pages. I worked on this page and I worked on this page, so we are on this page. We have about 53 pages in total, or 54 pages. This is the last page for the comic. So we still have a while to go. We'll have about 14 more pages before it's complete. So it's still a wild ride. Anyways, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it. You are you are speed running drawing. Wow. Oh, thank you. Is streaming becoming a regular thing again? I honestly don't know yet. Because for a while I got broke because I had to manage my what do they call it? We call it data subscription over here. That is network, like you pay for access to the internet. Yeah, so my subscription ran out and I had to manage what I had for a while. So now I'm a bit more buoyant. So that is why I'm streaming. So I'm going to stream as much as I can until I'm broke again, or until I get another commission. Plus, I was kind of tired, to be honest. I was burnt out from streaming for a while. So I don't know. I just woke up one morning. I didn't feel like streaming again. And I had head to that feeling for a while. Plus, I started posting more shots. And I guess like recording and editing those short videos took a while. So I think that contributed as well. But so far, this is like, how would I put it now? This is the second time I'm streaming, that I'm doing back-to-back streaming. So hopefully it works, or hopefully I'm consistent with it. Then the day I learn anatomy and how to use it in posing, I'll become unstoppable. Yes, go for it. I'm rooting for you, man. Yeah, anatomy is quite fun. I think it's my favorite art fundamental. In general, it's my favorite. I really enjoy anatomy so much. And I guess you enjoy something once you finally become good at it. So, um, for a while I was not good at it, so that was a problem, I guess. But once you're finally getting good at something, I was thinking about maybe. I can never finish. I can never finish a piece because I work very slow, and by the time I start adding flat colors, I get bored. Yeah, my solution to that is basically to just do it in black and white. So that's just what I've decided to opt for. Because I was initially thinking that I could. Oh my god, did I do this right? No, I didn't. I was initially thinking that I could just do like the way like normal Western comic books are done. You ink, you flat, you do the thumbnails, you pencil, you flat, then you apply the colors and then you letter. Yeah, that's just too much work. And if you are just an independent creator doing a comic book and you're trying that, you're going to hate doing comics. So what I do is that I just selected the things that are most important for me. So and I just decided to take a page from manga artists and just work the way they work essentially. So just like black and white. And so far that has been working for me. I mean, I'm not working at the pace that I would want yet, but I'm making progress than if I were to be considering like colors and all that. So, do you prefer to just do like paintings or like uh, inks? Like me these days, I miss painting. Like I miss painting a lot. Um, and that's because I have so many things I have to do, you know, and because of that, the only extra time I have in a day usually is to like create content, number one, and then to also work on my comic book. And if I have to pick one, like I can't use that extra time for like painting. As much as I would love to paint, I I love making comics, and it's something physical. It's a story, so I kind of have to put that as priority over um you know just making a painting, or like just a random painting essentially is what I'm saying. So, and that has led me to why I've been reading, not necessarily reading, but becoming more observant of like comic book artists and everything comic book. The thing about projects is that once you decide to just focus on one project, you everything tends to move in that direction. Like your brain moves in that direction, your thinking, your creativity moves in that direction. You see something across the street and it will give you an idea of a panel or maybe something to add in your story. That's just how it works. So that's just what I've decided to do personally. At the moment, I'm trying to explore a ton of different styles so I can find what I prefer and start practicing more. I did a bit of pixel art the other day. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, that would be nice to see. Pixel art, yeah. Mm. One thing I would say is that I have found an art style or an art style that I prefer when it comes to like painting, but I haven't found like an art style or what I say an identity when it comes to actually doing inks. And the reason is simply because I have spent more time doing painting than I have doing inks. So that is not necessarily a great position to be in for someone that describes himself as majorly a comic book artist. All right, I think we're done with this monster guy. What I'm just going to do here is I'm going to. There's a lot of errors with the monster with the way I drew it, but I'm in the zone where, like, as far as it's passing the message, I'm good. All right, I'm going to put on some red over here for the swipe. Ah, we will rock you. What did you draw in the pixel art? What exactly did you paint? We will. Do you recommend that I finish pieces or just keep making new sketches whenever I feel creative? I recommend you finish pieces because you will learn a lot from actually finishing something than just starting afresh. Because once you are just starting afresh, you are doing what is comfortable for you. You are doing what feels, what you enjoy essentially. Like that's new spark of creativity is so much fun, right? You're always having new ideas. You always feel like, oh, I have this new thing to start. That process of starting is so much fun. But how you grow as an artist is by finishing pieces. Imagine if you just have a group of unfinished works. Uh, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't like do a sketch and then stop. Like I have, but one thing I learned or like I tried to do was, especially back in 2023, I gave myself a challenge of like finishing a portrait every single 2 days or 3 days max. So a lot of the paintings I did within that time period, I finished them. And what that taught me is that it taught me like how long it took me to actually finish a painting because I was challenging myself. I was putting myself under like a time constraint and creative constraint in terms of like thinking up something to paint within a short period of time and getting started. I understood on average what it took me to, sketch a piece, like how long it would take and all that. So you learn a lot more from finishing than from starting over and over and over and over again. If the thing is extremely comfortable, it most likely means that you are not maybe trying a lot, you know. Matt from Wheel Sports with godly rays behind him and a goose on a sketchboard. What? Okay. Oh, okay. You mean what you painted? The pixel art. Interesting. Let me check out the characters you're talking about. You said Matt from Wii Sports. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, oh, okay. Apparently, it's really popular. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Damn, I can't believe it's been 40 minutes already. Time is really moving very fast. Okay. Hey, let me add some movement over here. Let me add some movement over here. Why are leather boots so wacky to draw? Let me think. Why are leather boots so wacky to draw? I guess it's because of the texture, and because of the texture, they bounce a lot of, like, it causes a lot of light to bounce like around them, right? So that's just what that's why it's kind of strange, you know. I try to avoid leather as much as possible. They are quite exhausting. Like, there are some, when you know how to draw something, but you're just like, yo, I'm just tired, man. I've drawn this thing so much in my life, and I know how, tiring it was. I just bear it at this point, personally. Even though my characters are kind of wearing red leather, I just simplify it. I just simplify it. That's what I do. Apparently, I haven't. What the hell is going on there? I should add some speed lines over here to show that he's coming in this direction. I don't like those speed lines. I haven't really gotten good at them. But it's not making sense, is it? Let's move forward. Okay, I think this is the last panel. I should take my time. What's going on here? Okay, I need references for his expression. I think this expression will be good. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to like detail it, man. I was thinking about doing a second sketch. Yo, Elma, how you doing? Nice to see you again. I hope you had a productive day. Hope you had a productive day. I also got myself a tablet with a pen. Yay for pressure sensitivity. And my line art has improved a lot. Ooh, that is nice. That is nice. It would be nice to see some of your works. Irene usually has been doing digital art as well, so she has been posting. I've been posting as well, so it's quite nice to see the community evolving and improving. That's good. Uh, yeah, Elma, how's your day going? I don't know if you heard me asking. This is my friend Shaki. Also an artist as well. Yeah, on your own time. Post on your own time.
And actually, the lantern ring has this thing where it actually looks for the closest possible person to the last Green Lantern, and that was Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan was just closer to Abin Sur's crash site, so therefore he was given the Green Lantern ring over Guy, who then gets it later on down the line. So after this, the Green Lantern ring then transfers and transports them to OR so they can get training and tested, usually by a veteran Green Lantern. In this case, we have Kilowog. And they then, after all of their training, after all of their tests, like Green Lantern boot camp, okay, they then go to the Guardians and are presented.
My day was fine, mostly just filled with my day job. Yeah, I know how that is. I know the feeling. This is not correct. It's nice to see you're doing daily streams. Yeah, hopefully I'm disciplined enough or consistent enough to keep it going. Hopefully. Do you have any strengths? Are you doing any drawings right now? Any sketches? Yeah, I'm working on my own manga comic. Okay, that's cool. That's nice to hear. That's really nice to hear. I actually like hearing when people have their own story that they're working on. So what is it? What's the genre? What's the story about? What not story about? It, share whatever you're willing to share. Essentially, is it sci-fi? Is it adventure? Is it a thriller? Is it what do they call it? What do they call them? Adventure. They have said adventure. What is it? Drama? Is it romance? Is it? It's a Bronze Age fantasy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's nice to hear. What can I relate it to? What current media or already existing media can I relate it to? Babylon or Assyrian. Okay, okay, okay. Avatar as in Avatar like the movie, or Avatar like the Last Airbender. Is there any other Avatar again? Oh, okay, 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 okay. That's cool. That's cool. Legendary goated series. That's good inspiration right there. Oh. Yeah. Wishing. Are you working on it alone, or do you have like a team or someone that is like a co-creator type stuff? Oh, also Studio Ghibli. Oh, those are good. Those are good inspiration. A person of taste. Similar to you, I have a writer that I'm working alongside. Oh, that's nice. That's just the best, actually. Like having to do it on your own, man. Oof. It's so boring. Like if you're doing it on your own, it's so boring, so frustrating. There's nobody you can talk with ideas. Nobody you can share ideas with. Like once you have a moment of creativity, there's no one you can share progress with. Like there's no one to be keeping you on your toes. To just be asking you like, yo, what's good, what's good, like how far with that project, like what's going on with it, like is it moving on, like it's just so boring if you're working on your own, man. Yeah, I'm glad for the person that is working on my project with me. They are a blessing. uh um, Slowly building the world together. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, it's just nice, being able to share ideas with somebody and create something with them. Despite the fact that everybody's busy, yeah, you just have this one thing that is just your own, that just gives you joy. Love to see it. Come on, panel. Come on, finish. Decided to make his face a bit more distinctive in this one, even though it doesn't need to be fair. But sometimes I just like drawing his face. Um, yeah, Lord knows I am not drawing that again. Uh, do you work digitally or traditionally, Elma? Mm, work traditionally for now. Okay. I started my comic traditionally as well. I was using a ballpoint pen and some plain sheets. Dun, 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 dun. Mm, 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 mm. Have been really into watercolors recently. Watercoloring characters similar to Studio Ghibli. Traditional just carries a different feel. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Plus, you can also sell originals like once you're done with it. So that's another thing. That's another bonus. Bum, 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 bum. I hate selling my original work though. Yeah. But I promise you, like if you've done like if you when you create like a really good story, um, you're going to need money to come in, and you might have to sell some. But I get what you mean. Even like artists that work in like all these big companies, they do hate selling their originals. They hate it a lot because of how it's. I don't know. They just don't like it, especially because of the fact that it can appreciate in like value, and it's just priceless to them, to a lot of them at least. What the hell is this charging port? Give me a moment. a second. Okay, just give me a second. Let's fix something. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I had to plug my phone. Problem with streaming on your phone, things just overheat. The thought of selling my art makes me sad because it's so personal. Yeah, but you're going to have to sell something at some point. Yeah. And your art might be bringing just as much joy to you as it does to someone else. Think of all the stories that we love in this world. Yeah. A good example, Avatar: The Last Airbender. That story has brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. Yeah. So you can sort of think of it like that. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, I think McFarlane held onto his pages, even though they were, yeah, that's true. That's true. I get the sentiments. I get the reason. But right now, as I am, I know like in 40 years time from now, hopefully if I'm still alive, and let's say I worked on an original work, right now I'll be willing to sell it for a decent amount of money because I need money, and I'm broke as hell. But then when someone is like 60 years old, thereabouts, you just be asking yourself, wondering, why the hell did I sell that work? Why the hell did I sell it? Why didn't I just keep it, Just just starve myself. That kind of thing. Mm. Arts Art worthies more than just the business side, especially for smaller artists. That is true. That is true. But for someone like me, for instance, that has decided to do nothing else except art, I have to find ways to sort out the basic needs of life, as painful as it might be to lose that art. I guess that's why you make copies. You can sell copies to people. Um, you can sell copies to people. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, this area is going to be real thick. To have to use really thick lines for this. Now, it's hard to take that leap to leave your day job and say, I'm just going to rely on art to make my money. Yeah. It's not anything pretty. Like, and I wouldn't even recommend it for a lot of people. Like, I just wouldn't recommend it because it is very hard. Especially for someone that takes a while to understand or get things right. Um, it's just not easy. It's just not easy. Well, what do they call it? A labor of love. I guess that's the term. Labor of love. Damn, I so don't like the way I drew this finger. That will have to go. See, that one would have to go. Yep, I think I like this a little bit better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's add some. What tips do you have to stay productive while drawing for long hours? To stay productive, if I were to give, I'm going to tell you what the right thing is, and I'm going to tell you what I do, which is not the right thing. The right way to stay productive, I've noticed in anything, is to number one, do one thing at a time. Yeah, so if you're drawing for long hours, the first thing you need to do is that you need to know that like energy is finite and you don't have all day to get it done. If it's a large project, you can break it down into sections and take breaks. So let's say I've been able to concentrate for a very long period of time, like doing works. You can concentrate for just like even 54 minutes or 1 hour, and you're going to accomplish a lot. So I turn off music, you turn off music, keep the social media away, like far from you, and you just walk. No stimulation, no outside stimulation at all. And you just do that for however long. And you can also set a timer uh, so that you genuinely calculate how long it is that you spent walking. So, and you're going to notice that your body will just start itching you to to touch your phone or just do something to alleviate that boredom. But the maximum productivity lies in that boredom. I've experienced it, but that is not what I do. I tend to doom scroll. I tend to not be serious, to be honest. So, but that's the right thing to do. But this thing I'm telling you, I have actually done it. I've actually just turned off everything. Plus, the way I set my phone, like I don't allow notifications. Like notifications don't come on at all. So I don't get any messages. I don't get any calls except from like my. There are certain people that I allow it. Yeah, I allow their calls, but usually they don't disturb me that often unless it's an emergency. So I don't get disturbances at all. No messages like WhatsApp. No, none of those things. When I'm working. So that is part of it. I don't get email messages or notifications. Like none of those apps like just disturb me whilst I work. So that's what I do. Um, he said I do about maximum 3 hours worth of work in approximately 10 hours sitting. Yes, that is very true. Wait, what? 3 hours worth of work in approximately 10 hours sitting. I had to look at that twice. Yeah, I get what you mean. Mine might not be that much though, unless I'm doing like probably a client's work. Usually art takes time, so I get how it can be very, you know, and plus it depends on the amount of work or the type of work you're doing. But doing client work, especially since it's not my work, especially if I'm not like invested or the client is not paying me a lot of money, which is usually my fault, by the way, I tend to just get extremely bored with their work. So I just always have something playing in the background. It's not the best approach, not the best option, but it's what I do, man. But the thing is that once this something is like your main is the main thing you do, I can stay for a very long time drawing. Even though I'm distracted, I can stay for a very long time drawing. I have noticed that. I will be making progress, but not as fast as I would like. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Mm, mm, mm. How would you go about finding clients? That's a very good question, and I am the wrong person to ask because number one, I don't have what I call now quality clients, and what I mean by quality clients is that I don't have high-paying clients, so I can't give any good advice on that. What I did earlier, once I started digital arts a very long time ago, back when I was in uni, was that I got into Fiverr. That was the only way I could get money, and it was quite all right for a while. Like, well, it was a struggle. I won't lie. It was a struggle. So yeah, I worked on Fiverr for a very long time, and that was how I made my daily bread. But after some time, I got tired of the platform, man. The platform started adding a lot of requirements and things like that. It just got very annoying. So I stopped. That's a good idea. Yeah, my phone over was about to blow up. Yeah, welcome back. Well, my phone was so hot that it had to shut down. It was so hot that it had to shut down. So, apologies for that, guys. Thanks, Elma. Uh, yeah, you can send anything you want on the community. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, so if you have like, you can send the pixel art. It'd be nice to see that. If you're streaming daily, I will try and join in while I'm drawing my pages. That's nice. Yeah, phone overheating is very real. Yeah, that's just annoying. Can't lie. In this day and age, can you imagine? We thought it would be the era of flying cars. Instead, we're having overheating phones. That's just mad. And they try to bombard us with updates here and there. Very dodgy situation. I won't be able to type a lot though. Yeah, I understand. I understand. It's all good. No, this is for faster. Search for faster. Wild horses run faster, run faster, run faster. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ah. Oh, you posted. Ah. La 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 la. La 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 la. I don't know if I like the way this finger is drawn. I think it would be better like this. Yep, it is. Always trust your instincts. Alright, so you can add some texture over here. Like this. Jolie, 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 Jolie. I'm begging you, please don't say Jolie. Jolie, 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 Jolie. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. I need to add some debris. Okay. All right. I don't think I did that well. Ooh, so this is just gonna be Alright, what's the plan with this guy now? It'd have to be. Wait. Is that what we do? Do we play with it like that? Yeah, do we go like, I honestly don't know, man. Foreshortening? La 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 la. Okay, I think that is not too bad. But these guys are going to have to be lighter. Ooh, I think I like it. Yeah, I'll make do with it for now. Whew. Okay. I think that's all right. I think I'll leave with this one. Yeah, it's doable. I think we're making progress. Okay. Probably should have made the back a lot wider. Okay, where is my character design? I have a character design. I think I might need it for the back view of this character. Let me go to favorites. Yeah, finally found it. Okay, interesting. There is some sort of we need Irene to join. The place is too quiet, yeah. You add some vibrancy. our homegrown noisemaker. Okay, I think I'm getting it. I hope you've taken some time to put. That was a good one. The dance classes, yeah. Uh, I haven't thought about that. Dance classes. Uh, it seems there's a lot of law you need to catch up on. No, actually, it's just like a few people on the stream have been suggesting that I do a dance, but that is not going to happen anytime soon. That is not going to happen anytime soon. So that is essentially it. And this is something that's lasted for months upon months. It's a request, actually. Anytime soon. Does that imply you will get one in the future? Don't hold your breath for that. But you have to give people hope. La 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 la. No, artists don't dance. I mean, there are some really good artists that dance, but I personally don't dance. I'll just embarrass myself. And I have no problem with embarrassing myself. It's just not feeling like it. La 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 la. Yeah. Was it his right or his left Achilles? I think it's his left leg. Yeah, his left leg. This one does. Anyway, I think I'll head off for tonight. Yeah, it's nice having you, Shaki. Yeah, nice having you again. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it so much. And to be fair, we have spent more than an hour on the stream, so I should be done with this very soon. This is like the last illustration of the page. Just a drawing of this monster. Let it all work out. 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 Yakuba Minte. There's a Minte. Yeah, have a lovely night's rest, Sharky. A lovely night's rest. I'm looking at my fingers to count how many. Oh, I just like the name. I just like the name. I just like the name. It's just a really cool name. I haven't watched him enough to be a fan. Yeah, the Premier League is back next weekend. Uh, that's nice to hear. Very nice to hear. Indubitably. I thought you no longer followed the Premier League. How did you know that it was back next week? I follow football, many sports. I'm just less. Oh yeah. All right, I understand. You're less emotionally attached to it. So, what are some of the sports you follow, and how would you rank them in terms of like your favorites? If your team had a loss, oh, it usually ruined you, yeah? You usually felt very bad about it. Yeah, I know what you mean. But once you finally come to the realization that these are multi-millionaires that are kicking a ball and are getting paid regardless of whether they win or lose, you just have a new perspective and a new mentality towards it. At the end of the day, it's entertainment, yeah? Yeah, it's sort of the same thing that happened to me. I get what you mean. If my I'd say I really like the NFL now. Really, I don't know anything about American football. Nothing. I don't know anything about it. And to be honest, I've never had an interest. The only time I ever knew about like American football was whenever I see it in a movie that I'm watching, and even then I don't like understand what's going on. So these days though, I'm just too lazy to get into any other sports. Uh, I'm just too lazy to get into. I know there will be sports that I really like and enjoy. Like I was watching a clip of some table tennis. I say table tennis. Some lawn tennis players, and yo, the way they were showing their skill really made me interested in the sport and like maybe want to follow it. And then there was this other day when I was watching uh, a documentary of what's his name, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's life and his story, right, as a boxer, like all his fights, all the fights he had, all the professional fights he had, and I was like, yo, this is really interesting. But I'm too lazy to actually properly get into it. That's just my problem. I guess that it took me a while, but I finally understood the hype. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm almost done with this page. Just a little bit more. But yeah, football will always be my favorite. It's the beautiful game. It is the beautiful game, my friend. It is the beautiful game. I can't lie, there were some animes that I actually watched that got me curious about some sports. For instance, something like Haikyuu, for instance, it got me a bit interested in like volleyball, even though I still later on did not chase it, but it actually got me, like it piqued my interest, you know. And also I watched what was the name of this? Oh, um, it's a basketball anime. It's a basketball anime. Uh, Something's basketball. I've forgotten the name. Was it Bokuno's basketball or something like that? Anyway, something along those lines. Because of how hype the anime was, like it actually got me like really interested in like basketball, but not interested enough to start watching it. Rather, Slam Dunk got you into basketball. Ooh, that's cool. That's a wonderful manga. I remember when I watched the manga for the first. I say manga, the anime for the first time. I didn't even understand that time. I didn't know anything about like whether, and I didn't know anything like a manga. I didn't know all the lingos. Yeah, I didn't know what a manga was. I didn't know what an anime was. But it was just playing randomly on my like on the screen. But I wasn't like really interested in it at the time. But Takehiko Inoue is actually my one of my favorites manga artists stroke comic book artists of all time. So there's that, and I've consumed a lot of his work. Even though I haven't finished all of them, but I've consumed a lot of them. La 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 la. He's amazing, and he's not just an artist, he's a philosopher. Really? I didn't know that side of his I didn't know that about that side of him. I just knew him as a really skilled, really amazing writer and artist. I guess like when you write something like what's it called, Vagabond, which is quite philosophical, like there are a lot of life messages in it. I guess you tend to become philosophical yourself, you know. I guess that's what happens when you write something as deep as Vagabond. Yes, exactly. His stories are very philosophical. Yes, they are. They're very philosophical. I can't lie. Very. Like, what's the name of the one he wrote? Real, and like all his stories are just really good. They tell you about life. They teach you about life a lot, about relationships. Even though I'm still not happy that I haven't still completed Vagabond, even though the story is not completed yet, but I mean, I've not completed the the available portions of the story. Okay, I think I'm practically done. I'm just going to use a lot of shadows for this. Uh, which of the arm is actually split into? Oh, the right arm. The right, okay. Uh, like someone like Jim Lee, I love his art, but he just doesn't have much substance to his work. Really? He doesn't? His Jim Lee is actually one of my favorite comic book artists. What do you mean by substance? What's your definition of substance? Uh, because I personally have enjoyed a lot of his work. Oh, like life ideas. Oh, I get what you mean. I understand. Well, the thing is, well, Jim Lee is not necessarily the one writing a lot of the books. He's just really popular because of his art, and he's a really skilled artist. In my opinion, one of the goats actually. So most people, I think most people think he writes it, but he's just the artist. Ooh. All right, let's do some. Let's play with this one. Maybe a little bit. Let's add some grid lines. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just wait. I'm going to turn off the. I'll turn off the sketch layer very soon so that you can see it. I just want to properly do the border lines for the panel. And I want to do it manually, like with my hand, so that I can have that natural feel to it. Okay, let's duplicate that and bring that like this. So the idea here is I'm trying to make the panel kind of like heartbeats or heart rates. I don't know if the execution is necessarily the best, but that's the idea anyways. So let's see how it turns out though. So let's see how it goes. Okay, is this would take like a minute or so, but let's get it done. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. I don't know if it makes sense though. I think I'm just going to do this one like this. I'm not missing anything. Turn off the layers. Okay, now we'll have to all right, now let me organize this now. So that it looks cool. I think green means it's alive, yeah? Maybe we'll turn it to green. Maybe we'll turn this to green. I don't know about it yet. I don't think I like that. I'll turn it to black. I'll keep it at black. I don't like the way it turned out. Can you? What's up? Don't you watch stuff? Can you? Ah! Yeah, black and white is better. Yeah, I think this is all right. Like what's just left is lettering and probably what else? Yeah, that's really helpful. It just saves me time, yeah? I don't have to draw from scratch. I can just write. I don't know if I'll keep it or not. Maybe we'll have to see later. I might actually put it at the back of the character. Let's see. I might actually put that behind the character. I don't know. May have to switch to digital. Yeah, I don't think I like what I did there. How to duplicate that and bring it all the way back, and then I have to, this guy, I want him to show, but I don't want him to be like, you know, everywhere, that kind of thing. Still haven't figured out the placement. Have to be wise about these things and creative. I don't know yet, you know. I don't know yet. Or I might just reduce it like this. Still don't know yet, man. It's crazy. Still don't know where to place it. Interesting. So maybe up there. I'll have to leave it like this. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. Could have actually done it vertically, but I'll leave it like this. I think it's okay like this. Okay, there's a place where swipe. Okay, I think that's it. Might be it. That might be it actually. we'll work on more details later on when we come back to do the lettering. But for now, I think we're good. Let's look at the page we'll be tackling probably in the next stream. That'll be page 42. And yeah, I think all right. Well, this one was a challenge. It was an interesting challenge. It was a unique panel, I think. But yeah, let's see what we got. Anyways, I think that'll be it for today. We successfully finished page 41 of the comic book. I might have to add speed lines over here, motion lines over here like this, type of shit. Not flash lines, but motion lines. Yeah, interesting poses. Yeah, I'm proud of it. Quite proud of it. Yeah. I like it. Decent progress. Yes, it is. A page a day is actually good progress. A page a day is good progress. I actually started with a page a day for the storyboards, so I have been moving quite at a decent pace. Anyways, I'll continue tomorrow. Now I'll go and tackle some client work. That's what I'll try and do for the rest of the day. Well, until tomorrow, technically. But thanks, Elma, for staying with me throughout the entire stream. Yeah, let's look at the page probably very well. Let me give you a better view. I don't know if I gave you a better. What the hell, man? Shift. I don't think I gave you a better view of the image. So, this is it. This is the page. Yeah. All right. Hopefully we meet tomorrow, and yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.